soars. This is from the Financial Times. The global banking industry, a bunch of banksters that steal our money. They put it in their bank and they give us nothing back for it. Yeah, them. Has warned that developing country debt piles have hit a fresh high, adding new fears of a wave of defaults this year. And we've been covering this month after month, agency after agency. It's one big club and you ain't in it. They know what's going on. They're making the deals and they're betting the bets and becoming rich doing it, while the rest of us plantation workers on slave long in 2012. I thought the economy was going to crash in 2012. They invented a thing called quantitative easing. They didn't teach us that in Economics 101 at graduate school, nor did they teach us about zero and negative interest rate policy. They could come up with anything. The money people are in charge. Anybody that thinks they have a government of we the people, they're still being taught in kindergarten to K-12 and graduate school. That's who's in control of the government. In February, food prices showed above average growth. You ready? 21.8%. Food prices went up 22%. Energy prices only went up 19.1%. 20%. Commerce Bank economic researcher Ralph Slovin told Reuters, quote, although the inflation rate may fall in the coming months because energy prices are unlikely to rise as strongly as they did in spring 22, this does not mean inflation is over. You know, shit. But you know what it is? Again, none of the media will report what we're reporting, the facts. It's dragflation. I said, what a bunch of baloney this is. They're shooting at this crap that, oh, inflation's only temporary. And then it went to transitory. So they were either too stupid to know where it was going, or they knew where it was going, which I believe they did, and they're artificially keeping the cheap money flowing in, because when interest rates go up and the cheap money flow stops, the economy is going to go down and the equity markets are going to crash. Here we are in February of 2023. Go back to March or April of 2020, just about 3 years ago, we warned of an office building bust. And now it's finally coming out there. They're only 3 years too late, but these are economic experts, so you swallow the shit that they shove down your throat when they're ready to shove it down your throat. They keep raising interest rates, markets go down. This isn't rocket science, very simple. So what do you have? You had the numbers came out, mortgage demand from home buyers. It only dropped to a 28-year low. And that was last week, when you had the mortgage rate at 6.62%. Excuse me, 6.71. But you know what it is now? Mortgage rates jumped back over 7% as inflation fears drive yields higher. Now we're going into the spring season coming up, and this is when the housing market starts to go up. Is it going to go up this time? Well, guess what? It's not. Is it going to be a housing crash? We don't see that happening. But there will be a crash, the likes of which will be a crash heard around the world, and we'll get to that very soon. It's going to go down deep in the first 3 months of 2023. However, you cannot forecast what they're going to do. It's a guessing game regarding the Feds, because let's go back to December 2018. The markets are going down really sharp. Donald Trump put extreme pressure on Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. Just before that, going back into November, Powell said they weren't going to raise interest rates. They did. He said Powell came back in early January giving the message that they were going to lower interest rates. So the power of the president is very strong. And again, the financial business, they're the ones that run the show, the BlackRocks and the Blackstones and all the private equity groups that are in charge. If they put pressure on the Fed to lower interest rates, they're going to do it. It's not about we the people. It's about the ones running the show. The higher these interest rates go, all the people with adjustable rate mortgages, all the businesses that borrow money that have variable rate mortgages, the governments that are deep in debt now paying more because interest rates are going up. So yeah, the equities are going to go up, but this economy is going to keep going down. And it's going to go down big, and it's going to go down hard. Not right away, but it's going to progressively get worse and worse and worse. So now let's put it all together. We're looking at what happened and why it happened. So when they began the COVID war, they locked down everything. Stay at home. You can't go to work, but hey, here's some cheap money for you. Here, go on. Shut up. Here's some money. You got a business here. We're going to give you money. Oh, we're going to print, we're going to go to zero in negative interest rates. Well, they stayed on negative interest rates, in Europe for how many years? Oh, only 8. In the United States, zero interest rate policy. The market should have crashed in 2020. No, we had a real estate boom. They're going to do anything they can to control our lives. So in the United States, what do you have? You have inflation rate, it's 7.1? And you have, a 4.5, 5? You're still in negative territory. So here's what they're going to do. This is going to be the year we believe that we're going to start seeing going from dirty cash to digital trash. They're going to make up something new. And that's the way they're going to get out of this thing. Look at the United States. Just passed, a $1.7 trillion budget when you have a $30.1 trillion deficit? They're going to make something up. Here, the Russians just hacked our banking system. You can't get your money out, but don't worry about it. We're coming up with a new currency. They'll make up anything.